Hey you, welcome back to Secrets with Maeve, the space for the conversations we usually keep to ourselves. I'm Maeve. Today we're talking about something I know so many of us struggle with in silence. Stop chasing why she pulls away right before she falls for you. Let's get into it. Let me tell you something that will sound crazy, but it's the truth. Sometimes when a woman desires you the most, she'll act like she doesn't want you at all. She'll distance herself. She'll avoid your texts. She'll cancel plans. She'll say she needs space. And if you don't know what's happening behind the scenes, you'll think you did something wrong. Or worse, you'll start chasing her. And that's exactly what she doesn't want. Now, I know what some people might say. Not all women do that. Or maybe she just lost interest. But listen closely. This isn't about every woman. This is about the female psychology behind why so many women push away the man they actually want, especially when emotions start getting real. And if you're a man watching this right now, confused about why she's acting cold all of a sudden, this might be the wake-up call you need. Because here's the truth. A woman's behavior isn't always logical. It's emotional. It's protective. It's sometimes completely contradictory, but it's not random. You see, men are taught to go after what they want. Direct, straightforward. You like her, you show her, you love her, you tell her. Simple. But for many women, the more intense the feelings, the more likely they are to retreat. Why? Because desire creates vulnerability. And for a woman who's been hurt before, or one who has deep fears of abandonment, opening up to a man she truly wants can feel like stepping off a cliff with no safety net. So what does she do? She tests you. She pulls away. She creates distance, not because she doesn't care, but because she cares too much. And if you react like most men, texting her nonstop, begging for attention, panicking when she withdraws, you've already lost. You failed the test. Because whether she knows it or not, part of her is asking, can I trust you not to chase me like a boy, but lead like a man? Will you stay grounded when I'm emotional? Will you respect my space, or will you fall apart? And here's where most men ruin their chances. They confuse space with rejection. They confuse emotional distance with disinterest. They try to fix the problem when what she really needs is a man who won't lose his balance. This is where the game flips, because women don't want men who chase. They want men who understand, men who can stay calm when the emotional weather changes, men who know that when she's pushing away, sometimes that's when she's silently begging you to stay strong, stay patient, and most of all, stay grounded. It's controversial. I know we live in a time where many men feel confused by mixed signals and emotionally unavailable behavior. But this video isn't here to shame women or men. It's here to explain what's really going on in plain language without the drama. Let me break this down for you. A woman's emotional world is often a battlefield of fear, desire, hope, and defense. When she's falling for you, her instinct might say, this is dangerous, back away. She might try to gain control by pulling back emotionally. And if you interpret that as rejection and start chasing her harder, you confirm her fears. He's not strong enough to handle me. He's not secure in himself. He's reacting, not leading. So what's the right move? That's exactly what we'll explore in this video. We'll go deep into female psychology, break down the real reasons she's pushing you away, and give you clear, powerful strategies to respond, not react when she pulls back. Because here's the bottom line. If you don't understand why she pulls away, you'll keep losing women who actually want you. You'll keep sabotaging good connections. You'll keep chasing when you should be observing, and you'll keep wondering, what did I do wrong? When the real answer is you didn't understand the game she was playing. Now let me be clear. This isn't about manipulation. This is about understanding behavior, recognizing emotional patterns, and learning to move with confidence instead of confusion. It's about stepping into your masculine leadership, not in a toxic way, but in a way that creates emotional safety, Not just for her, but for you too. Because when a man understands why women push him away even when they want him, he stops taking it personally. He stops reacting and he starts responding like a man who knows his worth. So, if you've ever felt confused, blindsided, or frustrated by a woman who seemed to like you one minute and vanish the next, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're about to understand exactly what's going on. Stay with me. What you're about to learn might change how you see women forever. Let's get into it. This might sound completely backwards, but one of the biggest reasons a woman suddenly pulls away is because she actually feels something real. Not because she's bored, not because she's over you, but because the emotions she's starting to feel are too intense, and that scares her. Here's the truth that no one tells you. Real emotional connection makes her feel exposed. And when a woman feels exposed, her instinct might not be to move closer. It might be to retreat, to take cover, to protect herself before she gets hurt. That's why so many men are blindsided by that shift. One moment she's laughing with you, texting you all day, acting like she's falling in love. The next moment, cold, distant, hard to reach. It doesn't make sense on the surface, but inside her mind, it's a survival mechanism. She's not trying to confuse you. She's trying to calm herself down. You see, most women have been through situations where they let their guard down, opened their heart, and got betrayed, ghosted, or left hanging. So when those deep feelings start rising again, when she meets a man who actually makes her feel something real, her nervous system goes on high alert. Her brain doesn't say, wow, this is great. It says, this is dangerous. Last time I felt this way, I got hurt. I need to protect myself. So what does she do? She slows down the connection. She creates emotional space. She might say she's confused or that she needs time when in reality she's overwhelmed by how much she's starting to care. You think she's pulling away because she lost interest, but the truth is you triggered something deep inside her. Something tied to her fears, her past, and her need to feel safe. Now let's make this more real. Imagine this. You've been seeing a woman for a few weeks. The energy is electric. She opens up to you about her dreams, her childhood, her insecurities. She's vulnerable, soft, connected. You start spending more time together, maybe even getting physical. Then suddenly she stops replying quickly. She cancels plans. She says, I don't know what I want right now. You're sitting there thinking, did I do something wrong? And that's when most guys panic. They double text her. They try to get a clear answer. They ask, are you mad at me or where is this going? But here's the twist. That pressure only confirms her fear that emotions cause chaos. Instead of helping, it makes her feel smothered. And when a woman feels smothered, she runs even further. What should you do instead? Don't chase, don't pull, just pause. Understand what's really happening. She's not punishing you. She's not trying to manipulate you. She's fighting with herself. Her heart wants to move closer. Her mind is hitting the brakes. And the only way to resolve that internal tug-off war is to give her room to breathe. That's what emotionally mature men do. They don't react out of fear. They recognize that emotions are messy and not everything needs to be solved right now. They don't go into fix-it mode. They go into observe and lead mode. This doesn't mean you wait forever or let someone disrespect your time. It just means you don't panic the moment a woman pulls away. You pause, you breathe, you stay grounded. Because often when she feels that emotional stability from you, that calm energy that says, I'm not afraid of your feelings, that's what brings her back. Most men lose women not because they weren't good enough, but because they reacted emotionally instead of leading calmly. Now, let's be honest, this isn't easy. When someone you like pulls away, your instinct is to fix it, hold on tighter, or get an explanation. But when you understand female psychology, you realize sometimes her pulling away is part of the process. It's a sign that something deeper is waking up inside her. And if you know how to handle that moment with maturity, you're already ahead of 90% of men. So the next time you notice a shift, don't jump into fear. Don't ask 100 questions. And definitely don't try to win her back. Just stand firm. Let her feel your emotional strength, because the more deeply she feels for you, the more she'll test if you can handle it. And if you pass that test, not by pushing, but by understanding, you'll create the kind of connection that goes way beyond surface level attraction. Let's get straight to it. A woman's past isn't just in the past. It often drives everything she does in the present, especially in relationships. You might think she's over her ex. You might think she's healed from that heartbreak 5 years ago. You might even think you're the exception, the good guy she's been waiting for. But the truth is, most people walk into new relationships carrying old wounds, and women are no different. In fact, many women carry invisible scars that they never talk about. That one time she opened up and got ghosted. That time she fell in love and the guy chose someone else. That relationship where she gave her all and it wasn't enough. Those experiences leave marks. And even if she's strong, independent, and successful on the outside, deep down there might still be fear. Fear of being played again. Fear of being too much. Fear of trusting the wrong man. So what does that fear look like in real life? It looks like distance. It looks like coldness. It looks like emotional walls going up the moment things start to feel real. And here's where it gets complicated. She might not even realize she's doing it. She may truly want love. She may genuinely like you. But the second her brain detects something familiar, something that reminds her of a past experience, it hits the brakes. You might be texting her something kind and her brain twists it. Josh, he sounds just like the last guy. You might plan a thoughtful date and her body reacts. This is too much. I'm not ready. And you, the man who's doing everything right, get hit with silence, confusion, or mixed signals. It's frustrating, right? You're thinking, I'm not that guy. I'm here to show up to be different. But trauma doesn't care about logic. Trauma only cares about safety. And when a woman has been through enough emotional chaos, her nervous system learns to protect her by staying one step ahead, even if that means sabotaging something good. That's why some women will push away the men who treat them best, because deep down, part of them doesn't believe it's real, or worse, they don't believe they deserve it. Now let's ground this with something you've probably seen before. You meet a woman, she's amazing. The chemistry is instant. She says she's not used to this kind of treatment. She tells you she feels safe with you, but after a few weeks, things shift. She becomes distant. She says she's not sure what she wants. She says she needs to figure herself out. You didn't change. The connection didn't disappear, but her old wounds started screaming the moment something real began to form. And here's the twist. She's not doing it to hurt you. She's doing it to protect herself. Her decisions in the present are being hijacked by memories she's never truly healed from. Her body is reacting to patterns. Her mind is avoiding pain before it even has a chance to happen. What most men do here is they take it personally. They start blaming themselves. They try harder. They beg for clarity. But that pressure only confirms her fear. This is too intense. I need to escape. Here's what emotionally strong men do instead. They understand the pattern. They don't try to fix her. They hold space, stay calm, and let her choose whether she's ready to heal or not. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. You can't heal a woman's trauma for her. You can be kind, you can be consistent, you can be safe, but healing is an inside job. And until she does that work, her choices will still be controlled by pain she doesn't fully understand. And you need to know this so you can protect yourself. Because if you keep trying to prove that you're different, you'll wear yourself out. You'll confuse emotional damage for emotional depth. You'll stay in a situation hoping to fix her, when in reality, she's the one who has to fix her relationship with herself. So what's the best move? Stay grounded. See the signs for what they are. Be kind, but don't be a savior. If she pulls away, don't panic. Just remember her fear isn't about you. It's about her past. And unless she decides to face that fear head on, no relationship will ever feel truly safe to her. You want a woman who chooses you with clarity, not confusion, with confidence, not caution. And if she's not there yet, that's okay. But don't lose yourself trying to carry someone who isn't ready to walk beside you, because the moment you start doing that, you stop leading like a man and start bleeding like a boy. Let's be real. Women test men. And no, it's not always calculated. It's not always planned or malicious. In fact, most of the time, she doesn't even know she's doing it. But make no mistake, she's watching how you move, how you react, how you lead when things get emotionally uncomfortable. These tests aren't usually about catching you doing something wrong. They're emotional checkpoints, subconscious ways of asking, can I trust you? Are you emotionally strong? Will you stay grounded when I get messy? Now, a lot of men get frustrated by this, and honestly, it's understandable. You think, why do I have to prove myself when I'm already showing up? But the truth is, these tests aren't about proving yourself to her. They're about proving something to her nervous system. Because what you need to realize is this: she's not just looking for love, she's looking for emotional safety. And emotional safety isn't built by flowers and compliments. It's built by how you show up under pressure. When she throws a curveball, when she pulls back emotionally, when she acts cold, silent, or distant just to see how you respond. She might cancel plans suddenly. She might go quiet for a few days. She might get emotionally defensive over something small. And it's in those moments, not the easy ones, that your response matters most. Because here's what happens. Most men panic. They chase. They react. They over-explain. They try to solve everything. And when you do that, you fail the test. Not because you weren't nice enough. Not because you didn't care, but because you showed her that you're emotionally shaky, that when things get uncomfortable, you collapse instead of lead. And even if she's not fully aware of it, a part of her pulls back. Not because you're a bad guy, but because her feminine energy doesn't feel safe around emotional instability. This is what so many guys don't get. She's not testing your knowledge. She's testing your energy. She wants to see, are you calm? Are you confident? Can you stand on your own even when she's acting off? And no, this doesn't mean you let her walk all over you. This isn't about becoming passive or letting things slide. It's about being emotionally centered, about staying in control of your energy instead of reacting to hers. When she pushes, don't pull. When she retreats, don't chase. When she throws shade, don't throw it back. Lead, stay calm, hold the frame. That's what makes her feel something she rarely feels: respect for your strength. And here's the controversial truth. The moment she feels like she can shake you, she loses a bit of attraction. Not because she wants to be manipulative, but because women instinctively follow men who are stable in their energy, not controlling, not arrogant, stable. So stop looking at these moments like they're unfair. They're not punishments, they're opportunities. Moments to show her that you're not just another guy looking for attention, but a man who knows how to lead when the emotional waters get rough. And when you pass that kind of test, not by begging, not by arguing, but by remaining grounded, she feels something that no game or pickup line could ever give her: trust. And trust is what keeps her close when everything else fades. Let's cut straight to the point. If you're constantly chasing her, you're killing the attraction, not slowly, not quietly. You're doing it in full daylight while thinking you're doing the right thing. And most men don't even realize it. You're texting her first every time. You're double messaging. You're over-explaining. You're asking for her attention like it's a reward you have to earn. And she feels it. That pressure, that anxiety, that please choose me energy. Let's be real here, brother. That energy is not masculine. It doesn't feel strong. It doesn't feel confident. It doesn't feel grounded. It feels needy. And the moment she senses that energy, everything changes, because attraction at its core isn't about how nice you are, how much effort you put in, or how often you compliment her. Attraction is about energy, polarity, balance. And when you're chasing her, you flip the dynamic. You become the follower, not the leader. And let me tell you something that might sting a little. You're not supposed to be chasing her. You're supposed to be leading your life. But too many men today have lost that mindset. You've been programmed to believe that if she pulls away, you need to try harder. That if she's not responding, it's your job to win her back. That if she's distant, it must be your fault. Wake up. Chasing doesn't build connection. It creates imbalance. It puts her on a pedestal. It tells her, you are the prize. I'll do whatever it takes. And the moment she feels like she's in total control, the emotional tension dies. Because deep down, she doesn't want a man who begs. She wants a man who decides, a man who knows his worth, a man who knows when to engage and when to walk away, a man who doesn't measure his value based on how much attention she gives him. So if you're in that pattern, constantly reaching, constantly proving, constantly checking your phone for her response, you need to pause and look in the mirror. Ask yourself, what am I really chasing, her or validation? Because the truth is, a lot of men are chasing women just to avoid confronting the emptiness they feel when they're alone. They're not moving with confidence, they're moving with fear, and women can feel that instantly. Look, this isn't about playing games or being cold. It's about shifting your mindset. It's about stepping into your masculine center and realizing your time, your energy, and your attention are valuable. Not everyone deserves full access to it. When you stop chasing and start leading, something powerful happens. She feels the shift. She notices your confidence. She becomes curious about your world instead of feeling pressured to be your world. That's when attraction grows. Not when you're flooding her with messages, not when you're constantly trying to prove something, but when you're focused, grounded, and unapologetically living your life with or without her. So stop running after women who don't value your presence. Stop begging for attention. That should come naturally. And stop thinking that being a man means doing the most. Sometimes being a man means doing less, but doing it with strength. Because the more you chase, the more you show her she's the one in control. And the moment you give up that power, the game is already lost. Here's something most men don't realize. A woman doesn't fall for the man who tries the hardest. She falls for the one who makes her feel the safest. And no, we're not talking about physical safety here. We're talking about emotional safety. The kind of safety where she can be fully herself without being judged, rushed, or overwhelmed. See, a lot of men think pressure equals passion. They think texting her constantly, asking where things are going, or trying to lock her down early will make her feel wanted. But in reality, that energy often pushes her away because what she feels isn't love. It's pressure. Pressure to respond, pressure to commit, pressure to explain herself. And when a woman feels pressured, she closes up. Not because she doesn't like you, but because she doesn't feel emotionally free around you. The truth is, women crave a space where they don't have to be perfect, where they don't have to perform, where they can feel, express, pause, and know the man in front of them won't panic or collapse emotionally. That's what makes you stand out. Not the gifts, not the compliments, not the effort that screams, please choose me. It's the calm energy, the patience, the sense that you're not afraid of her emotional waves. When she pulls back, she's often just checking to see, is he stable? Will he stay centered when I get overwhelmed? Can he give me space without guilt tripping me? Most guys fail this test because they think they need to do more when she pulls away, but the smart ones know. Sometimes the most attractive thing you can do is give her space to feel safe again. No pressure, no chasing, just presence. And when she feels that, that's when she relaxes. That's when she opens up. That's when she starts to trust you, not just as a man, but as a safe place to land. Because in the end, she doesn't need a man who presses harder. She needs one who understands what she's really looking for: peace. So let's bring everything home. You've just heard the truth about why a woman may push you away even when she wants you the most. You've seen how fear, past pain, emotional confusion, and your own reactions as a man can either build connection or destroy it. Now, here's where I leave you with something many people won't say out loud because it's way too controversial for most to admit. Sometimes a woman will sabotage a relationship with a good man just to prove to herself that good men don't exist. Let that sink in. It's not because you weren't enough. It's not because you made one mistake. It's because deep down, some women are so conditioned by pain and past betrayal, they don't trust good things when they finally have them. They've built a belief system that says love equals pain. Men always disappoint, and vulnerability leads to regret. And when that belief system is in place, they'll push away kindness. They'll run from stability. They'll shut down when they feel real love starting to rise. That's why I always say, don't take it personally, but take it seriously. Understand her patterns, but don't get trapped in them. Recognize when it's not about you and walk away if you have to without losing your self-worth in the process. Because a man who truly leads himself doesn't chase broken situations. He doesn't beg to be understood. He doesn't collapse every time a woman pulls back. He observes, he learns, and he decides with strength, not desperation, whether this is a space where he can thrive or not. And to all the men watching this right now, if this hit home, if you've been through this and wondered what the hell was going on, I want to hear your story. Drop a comment below. Tell me where you've experienced this, what you've learned, what you're still figuring out. This isn't just content. This is a community, and I respond. I listen. I engage. Because too many men are walking through this confusion alone, thinking they're the only ones feeling blindsided, rejected, or unworthy. You're not alone. You're just waking up. And sometimes waking up hurts before it helps. So let's build something honest here. Drop your thoughts. I'll be in the comments with you. And if this message spoke to you, share it with another man who needs to hear it. Not to play games, not to manipulate, but to understand, to grow, to lead. Because when you understand her behavior, you stop reacting to it.